Welcome everyone to Recast the Past, where we recast movies for better or worse. I'm your host Matt, also known as Matt Combs, and join with me today are two people that have been on the show before, but it's been a very long time since they've been return guests. So I would like to introduce the two Shaken Not Nerders that have not been on the... Shakeners is what you refer to each other as, don't you? No, that's what you call the listeners.
We call each other nerds.
Yeah, well, that
massive wankers. I mean, that's just between us.
Well, we have Ollie and Fuzzy, or Fuzzy Dan.
Hello,
Fuzzy.
Hello.
Everyone just calls you Fuzzy, but
that's right.
You go by the term Fuzzy Dan when you
That's correct.
Collecting the two words together is actually the correct sort of nickname for you. Rather than just Fuzzy.
It's my nom de plume.
I have written Fuzzy Dan on the graphics rather than just Dan.
Fabulous. That way, I mean, it differentiates me between the other Dans. So.
And the other Fuzzies.
That's correct.
I would like to personally request Fuzzy Ollie. Thank you very much.
Well,
it's a little late for that.
Yeah, I'm not quite prepared to do this. I mean, I probably can, but
we'll do it live. We'll do it live.
I'm editing the files live anyway, so it's very possible. But anyway, we are here to do a episode of Recast the Draft. On episode 52, I might add. So we have officially passed the milestone of doing one episode per week.
Woo!
That's a lot of eps.
Yeah, we're getting up there in episodes. Getting up there. So the movie that we've chosen to do this episode is Independence Day from, I think it was 1996. It's
correct.
Quite an old film. And, you know, we sort of had a bit of an internal discussion as to whether you guys wanted to pick your own films or do the same film and just recast the same characters. So we decided that we would recast the exact same characters and do the same film, obviously. And we sort of had a little back and forth about which characters we would recast. And there's the main ones that you know of, but then there's a couple of not so main ones, and it was sort of which ones do we put in here, and so that in case you're wondering why certain characters weren't in here and others are, that's why. So let's have a look at those characters that we have available, which is it's been so long since I've watched this film. Their names, I'm like, that's their name.
That is totally fair. That is a valid thing to say about this film.
Yes. So for Will Smith's character, that we've got Captain Stephen Hiller. Then we have the president. I always forget this actor's name, but the president, which is named Thomas J. Whitmore.
Bill Pullman.
Yes, that's
not
the one.
Paxton. Not Paxton.
Not Paxton, because Paxton's dead.
Clear.
Rest in peace.
Oh, I should have put Paxton in the pool. What a wasted opportunity. We also have Jeff Goldblum's character, David Levinson.
David!
We have Randy Quaid. Randy Quaid's character, which is Russell Case.
Yes.
I'm guessing that's how it's pronounced. It's
yeah.
Weird spelling. And then we have the guy whose name I can't remember, but he's Data, Dr. Brackish Oaken.
Brackish.
Brackish, yes.
I don't actually think they say it's one of those characters they don't actually say his name on the movie itself.
No.
No, it's irrelevant. It's one of those backstory things
Doctor.
you're only going to find out on IMDb.
Yeah, exactly
or
right.
in the credits.
Which, until you guys actually started referring to him as Data, I was like, oh my God, I never realized that that's actually Data from this film.
I would like to formally accept the fact that I also didn't know that it was Data, and Fuzzy, being the oldest, mentioned it because,
all right,
it's a generational thing, okay?
This has nothing to do with my failing eyesight and the fact that I was squinting through this entire film. This is everything to the
squint.
It's common knowledge. I've also just finished doing a rewatch of the entire series of The Next Generation because I've got a lot of free time on my hands. So yeah, I'm very data heavy at the moment.
I see.
I've got a lot of data.
The only reason I know that Randy Quaid's name and name to face sort of thing is because he's Dennis Quaid's brother, and he was a fugitive for a while.
Yes.
Yeah, did he like beat his wife or something?
No, he and his wife were both fugitives. I've looked it up a few times. I can't remember exactly what the reason is, but yeah, he's apparently I think he turned himself in the end or something.
Yeah, he had a spate there like in the last decade or so where he got kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But like that weird kind of crazy that like you don't want to go around to your uncle's house because like he's crazy.
Yeah.
Not
That'll be all
speaking
the
from
smack. Experience,
but
it's a smack thing, you know. That's
yeah.
what happens, yeah.
Speaking from experience, Fuzzy.
Yeah, but of course, you know.
Look, listen, I'll cut him some slack. It's a smack thing.
I just realized that my little audio visualization thing isn't going up and down when you guys are talking. So if anyone's watching the video format, I've only just realized that then. So I'm not being up myself and just saying I only deserve audio visualizations.
Yeah, I think that's a bit selfish.
Yeah.
Just personally.
I mean, I don't blame you for feeling that way.
But fuck off.
Well,
But
you are
yes.
the host and I am just a lowly guest.
Yes, and as a host, I have a duty to reveal to you the draft pool that is up for grab, or the draft pool of actors that is up for grabs here
me,
on this
Daddy.
episode. So I should just point out that we've tried something new here, where both of you have entered 3 actors of your own into the draft.
Yes.
So I'm really interested to see how this goes, because I would love to see if you see each other's and go, "Ooh, I'm snaking that," and taking that actor or not. So I'm very interested to see how this plays out. So without further ado, I'm going to list off the characters or the actors that are available. So Ollie has added in Alec Baldwin, Steve Carell, and Martin Lawrence. And Fuzzy has added Ryan Reynolds, Sacha Baron Cohen, and Nick Offerman.
That's such a good pool.
It's
Now-
amazing. I want that film right there. Just stop, whatever it is. I know there's only 5 roles, but put all of those 6 characters in those 5 roles. Have one of them like cut the role in half. So halfway through the film, it's one guy. The other half is the other guy. That's it. Done. Podcast over.
That sounds like a Quentin Tarantino and what's his face's
Rodriguez.
movie. That's
Yeah.
what that sounds like. And the additional actors that I added into the draft pool were Eddie Murphy, Alison Brie, Betty White, Chadwick Boseman, Lena Headey. I think it's Headey is how you pronounce it.
You can
And
pronounce it however you want, mate. You're the host. You have the visualizer.
I have the power. And Jason Bateman. I considered putting in a picture of Teen Wolf. Just for comedic value. But I was too lazy. So,
Story of my life.
so that's the actors that you have to choose from. How are you guys feeling about the draft?
I feel very good.
Yes?
To be honest.
Feeling very
very
good?
good.
I'm
Yeah.
confident.
Well, it's important to note that whilst all the characters are male, you can gender bend, and I am forcing at least one of you to do that because there's at least one female that has to be cast into this.
Oh, I've already
script.
chosen. I already feel fantastic about
Look,
it.
we did talk about this beforehand, and I'm just going to say right now, in our defense, the female characters in this movie are poorly written and underutilized throughout the entire film. They are there simply as props, as set dressing, to make it look like not a sausage fest. So
Yes,
apologies
I
for
agree.
not actually choosing female characters in this film, but that's fucking blame Roland Emmerich. He's the person that you should be looking at.
Yes. Exactly right. So, let's jump straight into the casting, guys. I just realized that I haven't actually flipped a coin. So, on my desk, I have this. I mentioned in the last episode, I have a coaster with a kitten playing with a butterfly. So, I'm going to flip that coaster. So, Ollie, you can be the kitten with the butterfly, and Fuzzy,
right.
you can be the back end of
Cork.
you can be the cork. Yes, it is made of cork. That is correct. How did you know?
It's a coaster.
Like any good coaster.
Yes, exactly. So I'm going to flip that. All right, Fuzzy gets first pick in the draft.
Bullshit.
Yes. Always
So-
been on cork.
God damn it.
So there's one sort of key thing to note here, guys, is that any of these actors that you choose, it could be from a different time period. So they could be younger or the current age that they are in this, or you could be quite specific in saying, I want Sacha Baron Cohen playing the same character from Sweeney Todd in this this film or something like that. You know, Borat in it or whatever. For all I
Yes.
care.
Mankini Borat, yes, and
yes.
Independence Day.
Very
And-
nice. Much independence.
I like you. So, and you know, it doesn't matter what order you cast in. You just pick a character that you want to fill it in for, and at the end of the draft, I'll give you both an opportunity. You can switch your own characters if you'd like around just once, if you like the matchup better. So, Fuzzy,
Yep.
how you feeling?
Look, I've been on a few sort of drafting kind of podcasts, and I've gotten a lot of pick ones, and I've always
Unfair
cocked
advantage. Unfair advantage.
it up. Don't worry, I cock it up every time, so you're totally fine. So yes, I'm a bit nervous, but we'll see how we go.
Yep. So,
Quit stalling for time, Fuzzy.
All right, so if we're going with the Stephen Hiller role, because you kind of have to, he has to be funny and he has to be able to carry a whole movie on his own shoulders.
Yep.
A la Will Smith. So I'm going with my number one pick, which is Ryan Reynolds. Like, he's the guy. He's my Stephen Hiller. Like, he's the guy. He's perfect for that role.
Yep.
A little bit funny, a little bit. He can do the action. He's got the bod. You know, he's got charisma to burn. There we go. Ryan Reynolds.
That's
Lock
it.
it in.
Nice, nice.
The other side, Matthew. That was me.
I did put it on the wrong side. Anybody that listens at home's like, "What are you talking about?" Get on YouTube or get on Facebook, and you'll know exactly what's going on. This is what happens when you host and try and drive the graphics. I need the graphics. The graphics.
Is it like a GIF?
Yeah. That's
graphics.
how you correctly pronounce the graphics. It's graphics. I need my own Jamie. That's what I need. I need my Joe Rogan Jamie.
Yes.
All right. So, Ollie, it's now your turn. Ryan Reynolds is off the board.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. I'm very glad that you picked Ryan Reynolds because he was not my first choice. Okay.
Okay.
And the one that I feel very, very strongly about, and I'm very happy that Matt put this person in, is actually someone who I think would be a perfect fit for a gender-bended role of Russell Case, and I'm going to go Betty White.
I love
I
the thought of her
just-
going, "Hello, boys."
Exactly.
I'm back."
Exactly. I think that would be hilarious, and I can see her doing it. Like recently rewatched some of the old Community episodes where she's the anthropology teacher, and just like she's like crazy without the physicality. Like, she's crazy in the head. You know what I mean? But funny crazy, not in a bad way. I feel like I'm digging myself a hole here.
You
like
keep
Betty
digging,
White.
buddy. You keep going.
I like it. I like it. I like, just purely like I said just then, the idea of her being like, I'm gonna fly my plane into this alien
Exactly.
ship.
She's zany and crazy and just wacky.
Yep.
And she's like 95.
And she could pull off a good aliens probed me joke as well, I think.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, she could do
Because you
that.
believe it.
I can.
Like, everything makes so much sense now.
I'm not gonna lie. I felt like she might have been cast as the Doctor by one of you. I was expecting that to
yeah.
happen, but
I was
do like that.
I was penciling her in for the Doctor at one stage, I will say.
yeah. Very good. Very good. Alrighty. Well, Fuzzy, let's move on to your pick again.
All right, well, I'm going to go with another one of my picks because I love this guy, and it has to be President Nick Offerman. Like, I just think he would be really good. Like, Bill Pullman, I'm just going to say, he doesn't add a lot of charisma or character to this film.
He doesn't.
He's a
No.
wet fucking blanket, is what he is. And so
Oh,
you
what
need
a
somebody.
speech, though.
Sure, boring. I mean, imagine that with a glass of scotch and a mustache. Like, that's how you need to do it, right? Really ballsy kind of president, man's man. So, Nick Offerman, you are my President Thomas J. Whitmore.
That'd be interesting. I can see him doing that with a cigar, whiskey, and someone else holding the megaphone, you know?
Oh yeah, absolutely. His hands are too busy, right?
I can also see him flying a plane too, because he does that in the film, doesn't he?
He does. Yes, that's right.
Yeah. There you go. I just see the mustache sticking out of the helmet very in its glorious fashion.
Eagle 1, Fox 2.
That's it.
And then he takes a swig of scotch. It'd be fantastic. Yes. So there we go.
That's great. That's awesome. All right.
That's
Ollie,
amazing.
it's your turn again.
I will also go for the President Whitmore in this pick.
Yep.
And it is one of my picks. I think he has the gravitas. People would vote for him. He's a believable president, but he also has the inspiration behind him. And I'm going to go with Alec Baldwin.
Ah, very good.
He commands a room. He would command an airplane hangar. He would command a secret military base. Just by himself.
I can
see that.
picture just Jack Donaghy, basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like it. That's good. I love me some Alec Baldwin though.
Me too.
He's fantastic.
God damn, he's an inspiration just as a person. Like, I want to be that good looking at that age. My God.
He
I will
carries
be.
it for sure.
I will be. It's just time will tell, I guess.
Well, what was that, Fuzzy?
Maybe.
Yeah, you'll see if you're still alive, old man.
Oh, good. All right, let's move on. Fuzzy, is now your turn once again.
All right. This is a tricky one because I think I need a bit more character in this one. I'm going to steal one of Ollie's picks.
Ooh.
Yeah,
How
because I
dare
think
you.
I liked my picks, but I've played around with my picks already, and I'm just throwing
bet you
a
have.
wild card in the mix. And I'm going to steal Steve Carell as the Doctor with the impronounceable name. I think he would be pretty fantastic. Like, just because you need that crazy guy, right? Just the crazy hair. I just think he brings a lot of that crazy energy to the movie. And I think that's what Steve Carell would be for me. So crazy guy stuck in a bunker for 20 years studying aliens, Steve Carell.
I can see the Photoshop now of just Steve Carell with that hair.
You may have inspired
see
my
it.
YouTube thumbnail.
Oh man, and like if you've seen, and you shouldn't ever, Independence Day Resurgence, which is like the latest one. His hair is even crazier and just it's more intense. I love it. So, yeah, Steve Carell for the Brent Spiner role.
I can sadly say that I have seen it.
Yeah, I'm the same. I was going to say I've successfully blocked it from my mind having seen it, but now you've reminded me that I've seen it, and now I can't forget it again.
I watched it in preparation for this episode because I'm a completionist. I like to get full context, and yeah, it doesn't age well. It's only like 2 years old, and it doesn't age well.
It's already not aged well.
Oh, that's not a good sign at all.
Nope.
All right. So, I believe we're back to you, Ollie.
Back to me, Ollie. I'm also going to follow Fuzzy again. Go for the Doctor.
Yep.
Dr. Oaken. And I'm going to choose Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy. Ooh.
Okay.
Just imagine, he gets pressed up against the glass, then you hear, peace? No peace.
Release me. An infected mushroom starts playing. Big one for the doofers. They'll like that.
Who are you sometimes, Fuzzy?
Oh man, come on.
He's experienced the world.
At least the small part of the world that allowed me to take hallucinogens in the bush.
Oh my
Oh
god.
dear.
Learning so much about you.
Yeah, no. There's a song. There's this troupe called Infected Mushroom. They do psytrance, and they do a song called "Release Me," which is basically sampling that scene from Independence Day, and it's pretty fucking cool. So check it out on YouTube. Literally, Infected Mushroom, "Release Me." It's really fun. So there you go.
Okay.
Bit of context for the show.
There you go. I had no idea such a song existed.
Now you do.
Now I do. The more you know. All right, Ollie. No, Ollie, you just picked, didn't you?
I just picked. It's Fuzzy's choice.
Fuzzy.
Yes,
There's
it
only
is.
2 left. We have Hello Boys, I'm Back and The Goldblum.
Yeah. Okay. So I need Sacha Baron Cohen in my life. Originally, I had pegged him as the Doctor. He was going to be my Doctor, but I kind of, Steve Carell just fit a little bit better. So I'm going to put him in the Levinson role, the David Levinson role.
I like that though. Like I
Yeah.
think that actually that works. Like he can be serious when he chooses to be.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, I think that totally works for that sort of role.
Yeah, he's an absolute chameleon. I don't know if you've seen some of the stuff that he's done. He did a Netflix show about him being like an Israeli spy.
It's so good.
He's amazing. He's a very, very talented actor. So I think he could pull off an absolutely perfect Goldblum. And it kind of just fits like the mannerisms and the body shape and everything. I like that. I think that's good.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a great pick. I'm very jealous.
I'm glad that I
Go
picked
on
my
now.
own character. So.
Ollie, you have lost your opportunity to steal any of Fuzzy's his actors.
Okay. That's okay.
But interesting tactic. I have to admit, you're probably the first person on the draft to date that has left arguably the 2 main characters to last.
Well, I feel like they're the easiest to fill. Like, obviously, they have the most sort of screen time.
Yeah.
But, like, they're very broad characters. Like, I could see any one of the people left doing... Oh, actually, maybe not Alison Brie doing a Will Smith fill-in.
Wow.
like,
Alison
they-
Brie
they
slammed.
Well, she's quite young, She's not... What's the word?
She doesn't have
Worldly
the
enough.
gravitas.
No.
Experienced.
I can't see her being a fighter pilot,
Hmm.
In anything. Even when she's 60, actually. She doesn't have the screen presence.
She doesn't have the Betty Whiteness.
Exactly. You know who does have the screen presence to be Will Smith, though?
Who?
Fighter
Who?
pilot
Who?
extraordinaire.
Who?
My man, Martin Lawrence.
Ah, see?
See, we were
It's-
discussing
it's-
this.
We did.
He's experienced as pretending to be Mike Lowry, so
Mike Lowry.
he could take on that role.
He's currently experienced
Mike
at eating
Loud.
fucking sandwiches. Have you seen Bad Boys for Life? Like, that
Yes.
man is twice
Yes,
the
I
man
have.
he used to be.
That movie actually is one of this year's highest earners, like, just of this film year. Like
Oscar
2020.
material is what you're
Yeah,
saying.
exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
I think he's a great choice, really. Not
Yeah.
just because of Bad Boys, but other reasons too.
If you're taking Martin Lawrence from that time period, it's a very
Yes,
different film,
exactly.
but
Bad
you
Boys
could definitely
1.
put him in there, and it would still work.
Mm-hmm.
His ability to act is probably a couple of steps lower than Will Smith, which is not saying all that much.
It's really not.
I mean, because Will Smith just plays Will Smith. I say this all the time.
That's all he needs to, though.
Yeah. But, you watch something like The Dark Knight and you don't see Heath Ledger. You
Exactly.
see a
It's a
different
transformation.
character. And Will Smith is Will Smith in every film. So,
I'm okay with that.
but
Whereas Martin Lawrence, I mean, he could be Big Mama or, Mike
Black
Lowry's
Knight.
friend.
Or Blue Streak.
or
also do
Blue
Blue
Streak,
Streak.
yeah. Just call them
Blue
the names
Streak.
of the films.
hey, man, I loved Blue Streak when that movie came out. I watched that all the time.
I will
Me
just
too.
admit
Me too.
that I still have the CD of the soundtrack for that film, which I still quite like. The movie is fucking terrible, but I still kind of like it.
Oh, too good. All right. Well, Fuzzy, it's now your turn once again. You only have Russell Case, who's Randy Quaid's character, left
Yeah.
But,
on the board.
but funnily enough, following your rule, Matt, he can only choose 2 people. Because it has to be a woman.
Well, it doesn't. It doesn't have to be a woman. He
You
can
said-
choose.
You said at the start of this episode, one character needs to be gender bended.
Yeah,
No.
At least one will have to be from the pool of people that
Yeah,
you picked.
which you did
in total.
because you took Betty White.
Yes.
Damn it! I thought each of us had to gender bend one character.
No. You don't have to do that.
He's
I mean,
gone
Fuzzy,
early on the gender bend.
You're welcome. You're welcome to do that.
Thought I had.
Yeah, see, you stole my perfect Russell Case. I was going to put Martin Lawrence in the Russell Case role because I think that would have been fantastic. But I need somebody who can age and be like crazy aged, because this person was a World War II fighter pilot, right? Or was it? Well, no, he was a Vietnam vet. That's the one. And
a crop duster.
yeah, so I need somebody who can play drunk and like old retired vet. And I don't know if Alison Brie or Lena Headey have that kind of.
Lena Headey could. Have you seen her in Sarah Connor Chronicles?
Actually,
Yeah.
you know what?
Or Dread.
No, no.
Dread.
No,
Arguably
I
the
can't
weakest
do it.
part of that movie.
I have to do Jason Bateman. Like, I just think he
son of a
could
bitch.
age up so well. Like, just put in the grey, crazy hair. I think he'd be perfect for that role.
Yep.
Drunken fighter pilot, Jason Bateman.
Very good. Very good.
Fuzzy.
I stole one of your characters
See?
and then picked your last pick.
See, Ollie, this is what happens when you leave the important characters to last. Now you've limited your options significantly. I did this last week because I actually took part in a draft in the last episode for the first time, and it was against Ian, and I had Thor as a character I had to cast, and I literally just hated every option that was on the board, and I just kept putting him off and going, I'll just leave it to like when I have 3 options left, and I'm just going to pick the best of that, and that's how I ended up with Drew Barrymore. Because Robert De Niro and Jamie Foxx, I just can't picture as Thor.
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
I
fair
can.
enough.
They're not good choices, but I can picture it.
It'd be fucking terrible, yes.
So this is the position you've put you in.
just-
You have Alison Brie, Chadwick Boseman, and Lena Headey.
To play Jeff Goldblum.
Yes.
He's.
You need someone like really sardonic, right? You need that, just the
Don't
dry
use big
wit.
words on me, Fuzzy. Don't use big words on me to try and confuse me, okay?
You need someone with great perspicacity, like, you know.
Need someone satanic, huh?
It's always in the last place you look.
I honestly think, like, okay, Chadwick Boseman, I've only seen him do Black Panther, right?
Yeah.
He did do another film kind of recently called 21 Bridges.
Yes. Which,
And apparently
was
he was
okay.
really good in that.
like, he was good in it.
Yeah.
The movie's okay.
It's not his character though, not too dissimilar to what he was doing in Avengers stuff anyway. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a bit more damaged in that movie, I would say, but
Yeah.
It's very still that strong stoic type, so it's not
Yeah.
breaking too far away from that.
yeah.
I don't see strong and stoic and see Jeff Goldblum's character in Independence Day.
I'm just gonna say,
I just can't.
I'm just gonna say for you right here though, you do have a really clear choice. Now, Martin Lawrence is quite a short gentleman. By comparison. So if we're looking at somebody that's height-wise probably on par, I think Alison Brie has to be your pick.
But Alison Brie is short.
Yeah, so is Martin Lawrence.
Yeah, but Jeff Goldblum isn't short.
Yeah, no,
Lena
but
Headey's tall.
yeah, but Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum are quite tall. They're seeing eye to eye. So you need these 2 characters, the 2 main characters for your film, to see eye to eye.
That's a good point.
You don't want him looking up at Lena Headey trying to like talk down to her.
Not because you said it, Fuzzy, but I honestly could see Alison Brie having the same temperament as Jeff Goldblum in this. The others, Lena Headey, I don't think has like fun inside her. You know?
No. I don't think
Definitely.
Chadwick Boseman does either. Like they're both
Me
like
neither.
joyless drones.
Yeah.
No. But I mean,
Look,
Alison Brie at
I
least
agree with you.
has that comedy to her.
Yes. So I'm going to pick Alison Brie. And
Lock it in.
She would do a fantastic job.
Yeah, I could see her doing it.
I believe it. I believe it. I can see her playing a computer genius as well.
Yeah,
but I honestly can't see the others.
Out of those three options,
Yeah.
I think that she's probably the best for that exactly what you said, like being that genius out of the three of them, like the most convincing of the three.
Yep.
Yeah, those other twos are just big dum-dums. So, you definitely pick the... Oh, God, I hope they don't listen.
Chadwick Boseman and Lena Headey out for a drink tonight saying, we should listen to the new episode of Recast the Past. Ooh, maybe not.
Didn't make the cut.
Headey and Boseman slammed.
Front page news tomorrow.
Well, there you go, guys. Just to recap for the listeners at home. So we've got Martin Lawrence for Ollie's team. We've got Martin Lawrence playing Captain Steve Hiller. Alec Baldwin playing President Thomas J. Whitmore. Alison Brie playing David. Well, I'm guessing her name might change, or maybe not. David Levinson.
We live in a progressive world. She can do what she wants.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In a world where Betty White's flying fighter jets.
Hey, she was a golden girl.
Exactly right. So Betty White playing Russell Case and Eddie Murphy playing the Doctor. And then for Fuzzy's movie, we have Ryan Reynolds playing Captain Steve Hiller, Nick Offerman as the President, Sacha Baron Cohen as David Levinson, Jason Bateman as Russell Case, and Steve Carell as the Doctor. And I can't get that picture of the Photoshop of Steve Carell's face on that now, so that's going to have to happen. It's definitely happening. Either that or Betty White in the ship for the Hello Boys, I'm Back.
Yeah, both of those are pretty awesome picks. I think those two are quite... I'm happy that I stole one of your picks there, Ollie, because I know what you were going to do with them, but that's fine.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
I'm not going to lie. I was expecting Bateman to be used for Goldblum's character, which obviously that's what you wanted to do, Ollie.
Yes. And I would have done it if it wasn't for you pesky kids.
But no. So you guys, how do you feel about your movies? Do you want to take the opportunity to switch two of your characters around? You can only do it once.
Can I switch Alison Brie for Jason Bateman?
Only on your own movie.
Then no, I'm happy with mine.
That's right. I was going to say the same thing, and I was going to steal Martin Lawrence, but that's fine. Yeah.
Who are you going to steal Martin Lawrence for?
Martin Lawrence for Russell Case. Like, I think he would have been perfect for that. Like, again, if anyone could pull off an alien anal probe joke, it's Martin Lawrence.
I mean, you could take him from now, and he'd be fatter than Randy Quaid.
Well, guys, do you want to take a moment to argue why your movie's better than the other?
I mean, just look at his leading man. I mean, Martin fucking Lawrence. I mean, this is Black Knight 2. No, this is Independence Day, one of the biggest films of 1996. You can't have Mr. Bluestreak himself coming through and saving the planet.
Let me ask you this, Fuzzy. Why not? It was 1996. What was Ryan Reynolds doing in 1996?
Two guys and a girl.
Exactly.
And it was pretty amazing.
It was.
Still one of the funniest. I love that show. It was so good.
Yeah, but that was just a TV show. Bluestreak was a film. It got a theatrical release.
Did it?
Yes. Yes.
It did. I was there.
I remember seeing it on video back then, but don't know how well that one did.
Well, did Two Guys Ago on a Pizza Place get to video?
I believe so.
I would hope so.
Prove it. The jury's still out on that one. I think
quite good.
My case is made and finalized with Betty White flying into the butthole of a spaceship.
I will say, I'm not going to lie, that is a very strong alien flying into butthole thing. Like, that's Betty White right the way.
Imagine her going up to Alec Baldwin saying, "Mr. President, I used to fly planes and I voted for you. I'm happy to fly with you, sir."
And she's already drunk and belligerent, before she gets to set, so she's fine.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah.
She's already in character. She's method. All the time.
I will admit I didn't pick Eddie Murphy to go as the Doctor. It's interesting.
It fits, right? It fits now.
It definitely fits. I would definitely be keen to see him up against the glass with the no peace.
Exactly.
See, I thought you were going to take him for David Levinson. Like, that's like, he would be an amazing that'd be a great role for him.
But I couldn't think of anyone else for the Doctor.
See, crazy Doctor Alison Brie. I mean, I should be making your team better. I mean, your team
doesn't work. We'll let the votes decide whose is better.
Oh,
that's exactly right.
We will.
So after a few days after the release of this episode, I'll put up a poll on Instagram. I should just note that I'm disappointed in the listeners because
you lost.
I
lost my first draft.
That's the way to get back on side. Like, get them back on side by tell them off. Like, just
I'm
really
disappointed.
dig into them. Stick the boots in.
I'm not mad. I'm disappointed.
I wasn't gonna reveal this nugget of information, but someone replied to my post sharing of the poll of the winning poll, and they went, "Damn, I accidentally hit Ian. I meant to vote for you," and he won by 1 vote. It would have been a draw.
Who was it?
I will not name names, but
be a rat.
It was either Chadwick Boseman or Lena Headey, because they're both a couple of dum-dums, so they hit the wrong thing.
The poll is final. Ian has won. He has officially won two drafts now.
Wow.
So
that won't go to his head.
So you guys, if you come back on, you could have an opportunity to tie with Ian. And
Good Lord.
yes, hopefully, the next time I participate, I will come through with a win.
Hopefully.
So, guys, you guys are part of a podcast. Do you guys want to mention a little bit about that?
We are just two nerds from a little podcast called Shake and Not Nerd. That's about it. we talk a bunch of crap and make fun of each other.
We talk mostly
pop
crap.
Culture.
Yeah.
It's like 99% crap, 1% an ad read.
I must admit, Ollie, do you want to freshen up that ad read by now? Surely you do.
I need to.
Every week I'm like, you must get bored of it.
I just don't have the time.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Oh, and
I'm kidding, Matt. I've got nothing but time.
So anybody that listens to the show regularly is already familiar with your podcast. But there's also another section, Fuzzy, that you're a part of. Do you want to sort of touch base on that?
Yes, so we do another one called Shaken Not Noob, which is just the same thing with all of the shit talk and ad read. But we talk about video games instead of movies. So that's a lot of fun because we get lots of access to video games, which I don't have to pay for, which is amazing. Yeah, it makes my life so much less expensive, which is fantastic.
That is how I feel working at the movies.
Yeah, I'm jealous.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys be sure to go check that out. One thing that I have been trying to do at the end of each episode, and I probably should have worded you guys up about it because I'm about to put you on the spot, but I like to ask my guests to recommend something. So it could be another podcast and watch a movie or a TV series that you're watching, or listen to an album or something like that.
Sure.
All right. I have one. Go and watch Terrace House on Netflix. Terrace House. It is a Japanese reality show. 3 girls, 3 guys go into this huge house, and it's essentially Big Brother without the competition. They just live their life, and it's just like drama unfolds naturally because like a lot of them go in with the intention of like finding a partner, but like they ask each other on dates, and some of them are awkward, some of them are lovely, some of them are honestly the most beautiful things that you will ever see, and it's just fun because Japanese people are so kind. It's not like American reality TV where everyone's an asshole. I feel like I've sold that actually pretty well. Go watch it. A lot of it is on Netflix, and I should mention it's intercut with 6 commentators, and they are hilarious. Hilarious.
Are you watching like a dubbed version, or are you reading subtitles?
It's all subtitled. I don't know if there is a dubbed version, but the subtitles are fine. Just honestly, listen to Bong Joon-ho and get over the inch of subtitles, and you'll open yourself up to so much.
All right, guys, we'll be sure to check that out. Fuzzy, did you have anything that worth recommending?
TV shows. I've just finished watching Schitt's Creek, which is pretty amazing. That's probably one of my shows that I've dreaded watching for a very long time, and then I finally watched it and went, why did I not watch this sooner? It's so fucking good.
I couldn't get into it. I tried.
Oh, it's amazing. I love it. Catherine O'Hara in that show just makes everything work so well. So go watch Schitt's Creek. But if you're listening to podcasts, I do have to recommend one from one of my friends, Mr. Chris Brayton. He does a podcast called I Like to Like Things. And basically every week he gets on a different person who really likes a particular subject and gets them to talk about that particular subject. And and he asks them lots of questions and tries it out himself. It's really fun if you want to get into just whatever's going on. So friend of the show, co-host Duty, he went on, he talked about Dragon Ball Z. He's had people on there talking about AFL football. There's just like a bunch of different things every week. It's a different topic. So it's really interesting to just sit down and try out something for the first time. It's I like that one. I like to like
What
things.
a man.
Yeah, I was about to say I didn't want to I wanted to chime in and say I like the idea without actually saying something that was a pun.
Yeah.
But
Sometimes you can't avoid it sometimes.
you can't really be like, I love that idea, because it's like, I like it.
That's exactly the reaction you should have. I like that. It's like these people are like super dedicated to like one particular subject, and he's invited me on the show many times, and I just I don't like one thing in particular, so
No.
I'm too eclectic for that kind of stuff. But yes, there are people with lots of very interesting taste, and they'll get you right into the subject that they're talking about.
You should go very meta and be like, I like podcasts.
I like things.
I like liking things.
Yeah.
I like liking people that like things.
Yeah. There's a 5-minute episode that everyone's going to fast forward.
Talking about fast forwarding, we should probably fast forward to the end of this podcast.
Good one. Perfect.
What a segue.
Amazing segue.
So, guys, thank you very much for listening. That's all the support that we need. But if you'd like to support the show further, you can do so by following us on social media accounts. That's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, you name it, all that stuff. You can also leave us a review. You can like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell button, do whatever. That would be great. But if not, just keep listening. That's all I care about. And thank you guys for joining us. And we'll see you guys next week.
Bye, guys.